Hello, Mrparka here to review a new movie called Weather from Sweden. It was recommended to me by Jorgen who has an independent blog, and he reviewed it and said it was an exceptionally great film. So I contacted him and told me that he sent them their way, and they sent me an online screener. I don't have anything to show you for an online screener, but I just watched it and I got done, and I must say it was a pretty good film. Of course, it's subtitled, but it's basic kind of a Evil Dead type story, more so the first one, because this film is very serious, unlike its Evil Dead 2 and 3. But 7 kids get a weekend out in a cabin, and of course you know something horrible is going to happen there. There's something inside the house, inside even the crawl space, or not crawl space, but cellar. And it basically possesses one of them in some way. You look in its eyes, you lose your soul. Great idea, And what happens here is one of the girls gets possessed, and her transformation scene's kind of cool. Her eyes get blood, Fulci style, and things like that, and blood from her orifices. And you find out it's very contagious by a person who suffered from it before, an older guy in the woods, kind of like a red herring. You see him in the beginning, but he comes in and he starts telling the kids what's going on, and gives them a fighting chance, I guess you'd say. But the film runs an hour and 36 minutes, so it's pretty good film, and it keeps its serious pace the whole time and doesn't really use any CGI, maybe a little bit in their eyes, but without using the CGI, I think it helps it keep its serious tone, and actually keeps you suspenseful, and actually adds a scary layer to it, because sometimes if you're watching these films and all of a sudden a giant CG monster pops out, even if you were kind of scared or had that feeling of suspense, it's gone at that point. And this film relies on its good gore effects and practical violence. The gore effects are really good in here. They don't really pull any punches here. There's people's faces getting smashed in, heads getting chopped off, arms getting chopped off, tons of blood splurting everywhere, neck will get nicked, and it's not Japanese style, fairly realistic here. If you really are a fan of Evil Dead, I'd really recommend it, especially with the remake coming out. Maybe we can compare which one's better, Wither or this, or I mean Evil Dead or Wither, but yeah, I'd really recommend it, especially if you're a fan of the serious horror movies with good gore, kind of Evil Dead style, demons killing people and stuff like that, or a fan of monster movies. I'd really recommend it. The acting's solid in it. There's some really good deaths in there. I don't have many complaints about the movie. This is pretty much one of the best of the bunch for its genre, kids in the woods fighting evil demons. I mean, Evil Dead set the tone, but there's been some ones afterwards, and this is definitely one of the better ones. I'll show you some gore effects in here, and I'll leave it at you to see it. I don't know when the release date is, but the company, I believe, is, let me think right here, No Sale Films or something like that, or Future Sales Films or something like that. I'll have more information below. If you're big into, like I said, these kind of horror films, I would really recommend it. The score is fairly decent. The ending is not exactly a happy or super downbeat ending, but it's kind of a typical, in the middle kind of ending for a horror film like this, I think. But thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.